Hi everyone, hope you are having a good week. I know you are in the thick of doing your assignments right now, so I hope that those are going very well and I look forward to receiving them for marking. Please remember that the date is the 25th of March for submission. So one of the things that I promised I'd speak to you about was the SWOT analysis. So what is a SWOT analysis? How do we use a SWOT analysis? What does that mean for us in terms of management tasks? So if we look in your textbook, we say that a SWOT analysis is a tool which is used to analyze a business. And so if we have a business that we want to know what their strengths are or their weaknesses, what opportunities there are, or what threats there are to the business, then we would look and use a SWOT analysis. So the SWOT analysis, as I've just said, stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So strengths and weaknesses are those factors that are internal to the business. They are the ones that what is good about the business, what doesn't need to be necessarily developed, but that the business does well, or if it's the way the expertise is in the business, is that a strength because it's an internal factor? Whereas if we look at opportunities and threats, those are external factors. So what does that mean in terms of the micro environment and the macro and the market environment? So the micro environment, which we remember is the business and the internal doings of the business, that would be the strengths and the weaknesses. So that's how we put it into that particular context. And then the opportunities and the threats are part of the macro and the market environment because we don't necessarily have control over those factors. So it may be that internally one of the strengths might be that, as I said earlier, it might be that there's expertise in the business. Or it might be that we have a particular well-manufactured process for our product, and that's an internal strength. Whereas if it was something on the external side, in the macro and the market environment, it may be that we can't control the price of platinum, and we need platinum to do something if we're a vehicle manufacturing company. So we don't have then control over that particular factor. Is it a threat or is it an opportunity? What might it be? But those fall in the macro and the market environment because our understanding is that we do not have control over those factors. So one of the things in your textbook is a case study which looks at McDonald's. And I'm sure that most of you know or can identify the big yellow M or the golden arch of McDonald's. So we know exactly which business we're talking about. And so in the textbook it says McDonald's is the leading global food service retailer and it serves more than 58 million people in 118 countries each day. So that's quite a bit. So that would probably be why McDonald's is the biggest organization or the corporation as it is. So what are the strengths? So if we think about McDonald's in our context, what are the strengths? Are the meals cheap? We can debate about whether they are healthy meals or not. We can debate around ingredients. Those are obviously external things that we have no control over. But if we just think about the strengths, we need to think about, okay, what is it about McDonald's that makes it run the way it does? McDonald's is quick. If any of you have been through the drive-thru, you'll see, sure, you go through the drive-thru, you order at the first window or at the little kiosk, then you go to the next window and you pay, and then by the time you get to the next window, your meal is there already. So they're quick. They're quick and easy, and that's exactly why they call them fast food. Is that a strength? I'd say that's a strength if you're in a hurry and you need to get from one place to the other and you've only got 10 minutes to eat. It takes less than 10 minutes to get through the McDonald's drive-thru. So that's a strength. You'll see that in the textbook we've listed a couple of strengths around McDonald's, but we can think about what other strengths make it a good space. So one of the things that I find quite exciting about McDonald's is the fact that they can run and operate in different countries. And in each McDonald's in each different country, they operate and tailor-make their menu to that particular country, which I think is quite exciting, because at least it's not just hamburgers, or it's not just chips done the normal original way that we would envision a hamburger and chips to be. So they'll take on the country in which they're operating, they'll take on the food habits and the nutritional habits and the eating habits of the citizens of that particular country. So I think that's quite a big strength of McDonald's, is that they can tailor-make their menu. If we look at weaknesses, one of the things that we've put in the textbook is that they haven't yet explored organic foods. We've put there that there's a high employee turnover, which means that the restaurants, or McDonald's in particular, they would need to retrain their staff, and they would retrain them in a particular way. One of the things that I always tell my students, and I'm going to tell you now, and you can go and Google it, and you can send me an ICANN message, and you can say, oh my goodness, I found it, or I didn't find it, or one of the things McDonald's has is a hamburger university, and some of their employees have to attend hamburger university. I know you're probably thinking, what are you talking about right now, Bernadette? But go and Google it and see it's McDonald's Hamburger University, and they will learn the processes and how to make the foods and how to offer service in the McDonald's way. So I think that's something that's quite nice. I don't know if that's a strength or a weakness. You decide. Is it a weakness? Is it a weakness because the same things happen all the time? But is it a strength because it is that the same things happen, so you know you get the same quality, consumers are happy with the food that they get? So it could go either way. I want you to kind of think of that and decide whether having a place where they learn to have the same quality and the same processes to make the food is a good thing or a bad thing. And then opportunities. What opportunities do you think there'd be for McDonald's? Are there healthier items on their menu? If you think about it, if you walk into another fast food chain, would that fast food chain also have healthier options? So does McDonald's serve salad? Do they serve juices and water instead of fizzy drinks? So in a society and in a world where people are becoming more and more health conscious, is that something that is an opportunity for McDonald's to explore? Think about the other fast food places. If you've been to a fast food place in the last 6 months, think about the menu you've seen there. Is there an opportunity for that particular fast food place that you've been to that offers certain things? And then also threats. What kind of threats are there to McDonald's? So you'll see they entice children with special meals and toys and playgrounds and popular movie character tie-ins. So you'll see that if there's a big movie release happening that happens to be an animation, McDonald's will go into partnership with them and they will have the toys. And so kids love this. And so I'm probably guilty of it as well. Sometimes I'm like, oh, McDonald's has this toy tied into this movie which I enjoyed, and so the kids are going to get those meals. They've also had competition in terms of other fast food places. I mean, if we think about South Africa in particular, what other fast food places would be able to compete with McDonald's? I think KFC is quite a big competitor, particularly here in South Africa. Burger King has also come in from the States, and they are also giving McDonald's a run for their money. We've got particular franchisees and organizations like Nando's, Steers, Spur even. So those would be direct competitors to McDonald's. So we need to think about, okay, if we're doing a SWOT analysis, and that's what we've done now, a quick version of it, what kinds of things do we need to think about? What things would threaten the organization. So that's a very quick snippet of a SWOT analysis, and I'm hoping that you engage with it. It's one of the questions that you'll have to do in your assignment if you haven't already gotten there, but you will have to conduct a SWOT analysis on a case study organization in the assessment guide. But what I also want you to think about is, think of an organization that you've recently purchased from, or you've walked into, or you've seen, and think about what the strengths are for that organization, what the weaknesses are, what are the opportunities, what are the threats. I mean, you can think about, as a consumer at IQ Academy, what are the strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats that we have here at IQ Academy that would affect us as a business. So think about that. I know I've done a very, very quick 11-minute rundown of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, but I'm hoping that as we move along through the syllabus and through the academic content, we can put this into perspective. Just in terms of that, if we were planning as management, we would consider doing a SWOT analysis to see where we could engage in for strengths and weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So planning, and this is why I've done it this week, is because if we're going to plan, we need to understand what we're up against, what strengths we have, what weaknesses we have, what opportunities there are, what threats there are. And then that will affect the microenvironment, and it will affect the macro and the market environment. So I'm hoping that just gives you a bit of a slice of SWOT analysis, and I will see you again on Monday. Keep going with your assignments. We're nearly there to the due date, 25th of March. I expect all your assignments in. I look forward to receiving them. Have a lovely, lovely week. Bye.